Привет, товарищи, and welcome to Soviet Mustache Man's Magical Mystical World Comeback Tour. Well, in case it wasn't obvious what we're doing from that intro, we are going to be doing a Hearts of Iron 4 World Conquest as the Soviet Union. So, without further ado, I've got all my settings chosen and ready to go, and I'm just going to jump right into it. As you can see, I may have tried this a couple times to figure out the optimal strategy. So what I'm going to do here is, at the start, I'm going to go with completing the 5-year plan. And the main reason I'm going to do that is because I want to get my industry up and running as soon as possible. This is what I do at the start of any Hearts of Iron game. But what I'm going to show you that's a little bit different is the construction that I do as the Soviet Union. This is kind of an old style. I don't see many people doing it anymore, but I really like it. So what the plan here is I'm going to find particular zones like Moscow that I can increase the infrastructure to 100%. And then once I identify these zones, I'm then going to build civilian factories and industrial factories. Usually you're looking for provinces that have about 6 building slots. A great one here is this one in Kazakhstan. The main reason is because not only are we going to get the bonuses from the infrastructure, we're also going to get the resources as we build it up. Just finish up by plopping another military factory on there, and let's find a couple more just for example. This one's good because it's got the 6 building slots. So build up that infrastructure, throw on some civilian factories, and then a military factory to boot. Oh, here's a perfect one down in Azerbaijan, because even though it doesn't have that 6 building slots that we like, we're going to get that yummy oil once we boost up our infrastructure. And believe me, in Hearts of Iron 4, you can never have enough oil, but you can certainly have too little of it. When it comes to our military, all that I'm going to do is just combine the units that we already have. We don't need 138 different divisions, but what we do need is some stockpiled equipment. And speaking of equipment, let me just speed this up here for a sec, and I'll show you what our production looks like. Mainly, I'm going to be focusing in on guns, a little bit of support equipment. Let's have a decent air force. We're going to need that in the times ahead. And to boot, let's throw on some anti-aircraft. I think AA is a really underappreciated piece of equipment in Hearts of Iron 4. Alright, now I'm just going to wait until the 4-year plan finishes, and then start the Purge. Alright, first Purge event, and this one's easy. You pick Khrushchev every time. You don't need an extra communist advisor in a communist country. So, sorry Khrushchev, it's out behind the chemical shed. You go. Actually, before we move on here, let me show you why you want Cleanin as an advisor. You get the 15% extra stability, much better. Alright, so we've got 3% world tension right now. So it's time to figure out how we're going to advance from here. So I'm trying to figure out what the best combination of countries to declare war on will be. So Turkey's in the mix here. Poland maybe. I'm just checking these world tension numbers to see which one is going to be the best way to go. The magic number you want is to keep it under 25%. Greece is looking pretty... Yeah, I mean, Greece is not going to bring up the world tension very much at all, so... They'll probably be our backup in case we push things too far. So let's see here. Get 10% world tension for these 2 claims. Brings us up to 14%. Poland, if we declare war on them, that gives us 12%. God damn it, that brings us over 25%. Well, I guess I'll have to go with a backup here. I think I'll just go with a backup with Greece. What'll that do? What's that? Give us 6%? Yeah, that's that. We'll be able to put a war goal on them, no problem, I think. Yeah, there we go. 21%. No issue here. Okay, oh, here's the real ball buster of the Purge event. That is the choice between Tukhachevsky and Rokossovsky. Ultimately, we are going to choose to take out Tukhachevsky. That is because Rokossovsky offers us a huge benefit in the sense that he's an advisor. You can't replace an advisor. So while it really does suck to lose an expert field marshal, that plus 15 attack and defense for all our armored divisions is critical. Oh, here comes the last Purge event. And honestly, I always just choose the top one. I mean, we're really not going to be hyper-focused on our Air Force and Naval Forces anyway. So, it doesn't matter. Ooh, look at that beauty of a front line. Just swirl around right in there. Okay, let's make that look somewhat presentable. Okay, so, we're just finished Positive Heroism here. Now I'm going to rush down to my extra research slot. But that means we can get Rostovensky as an advisor whenever we want. Okay, Shanghai Chek arrives. He's still needed. Not a big event here. Hindenburg disaster. Sad day for them. But now we have our war goal complete. Which, declaring war on Greece will bring Romania into the fight, as you can see here. Considering that they're guaranteed. And then, of course, we have our war goal on Turkey, which we will declare at the same time. And that will keep it so, yes, we have no guarantees from Britain or France. That means that we'll be able to take care of these guys without the Allies getting involved, annex them, and bring them into Papa Stalin's very warm and very loving embrace. So anyway, on to the actual fighting here. As you can see, we're not doing very well in the mountains, but I expected that. That's why I have a naval invasion here. Romania, not looking like there's going to be any issues here. Green across the board. Naval invasion lands without any issue. No defenses whatsoever. And yeah, I'm hoping this will be the beginning of the end for Turkey. We can easily get the rest of our troops across the Black Sea. They're trying to raid them, but our Navy is going to be able to, I think, intercept them without any issue. At least I'm hoping we'll be able to intercept them without any issue. Breaking through. Finally getting a little bit of a breakthrough here in the mountains. Some minor encirclements. There we go. Got 3 divisions. I mean, that's 3 less divisions. Breakthroughs in Romania. Look at that. Looks like we might be able to get an encirclement here. Continuing to push against the Turks. They're crumbling in the mountains. Looks like we might be able to sneak around them yet again and get another 2 divisions. Yes, 2 divisions. Took in the capital. Ankara's gone, and they can't cover this whole front. We're just walking around them without any issues whatsoever. And Romania, things are bogged down a little bit, but we're still green. We're still winning all these battles. Our army still has all the Purge debuffs, so I'm not expecting crazy breakthroughs. So we're doing pretty well. Look at our casualties. They're just getting crushed, almost 2-1 in comparison to us. And we've broken Turkey in half. That's a pretty rough tactical position to be in. Slowly but surely making progress in Romania. Istanbul is completely undefended as Turkey is crumbling into oblivion, and I don't expect them to last much longer. Equipment-wise, looks like we're short on guns, but it's not a big deal. I expected us to be short on guns for a little bit. Romania still holding on, but we're just grinding for experience at this point, really. Speaking of experience, yeah, I haven't given any traits out. This guy can have Unyielding Defender, Organization First. I really like Unyielding Defender, and actually Organization First. Casualty-wise, still about 2-1, looks like. And I am surprised that Turkey has held on as long as they have. There we go. Speak of the devil. So what am I going to do with Turkey? Let's do something weird, like Satellite Kurdistan. And then I guess I'll take all states. Perfect. Beautiful. Why did I Satellite Kurdistan? I don't know. The memes, I guess. Okay, let's finish off these Greeks. Man, they have a surprising amount of forces here, but that works in our favor, honestly, because they don't have any forces defending their actual homeland. Okay, 1 division. Sorry, my bad. And these poor guys are going to get encircled. And Greece, Very easy to capitulate. Well, they're not capitulated yet, but they should be shortly. And Romania won't be very far behind. Still can't pierce those tanks. Greece still kicking? Nope, not kicking. So what I'm going to do with Greece actually is I'm going to puppet them, because I think Greece is going to be a great puppet. Going to help me an awful lot in the Mediterranean. So Romania, on the other hand, well, actually I'll probably puppet them too. I'm going to puppet sort of most of the first countries that I take. And there we go. So, like I said, I'm going to probably puppet them. Well, we're going to take at least my claims. And then after that... yeah, just puppet them. So, with that out of the way, what's next? I'm a little sad we couldn't take Poland. And Bulgaria's here is sort of a stain in my eye, just separating the two halves of my territory. So that leaves me with a conundrum. Do I try and justify on them risking that they'll be guaranteed? So I am not sure if Britain and France will guarantee non-aligned nations. I think that they will. So maybe we'll put that on the back burner for now, because I know for sure that they will not guarantee fascist nations such as the great nation of Manchukuo. With war with Japan being our ultimate goal here. So let's redeploy the army to the east, shall we? Why am I going after Japan, you might ask? Well, the answer is simple. They have a strategic resource that I want desperately, which is their powerful navy. So I intend to puppet them and use their powerful navy, for my own purposes. So right now, I'm just kind of filling out my tech tree. Nothing really exciting here. When it comes to the choice of national focuses there, I usually go NKVD Primacy for the Free Intelligence Agency. Let's put Rosisvensky in. And we just finished our justification. Great timing. Moving on to our next tank technology, upgrading our light tanks. I should have done this a while ago, but they are not the focus of my army right now. So anyway, let's just go full bore. No problems here. Bring in the rest of the boys. Stalin and the boys. I forgot to even take off them from training. But what the fuck's going on here? Did you guys see that? Am I missing that where I cannot see any of the enemy units or counters or types? Here I was thinking that this was... Oh no, don't tell me. Don't tell me it's this glitch here. Oh, it is this glitch. I don't know if you can see the glitch I'm talking about yet. But before I get into that, I just want to make sure I'm defending myself against those pesky Japanese naval invasions, because they are very good at those. And while I'm doing that, let me rearrange the old front line. So this glitch, when the game first came out, used to completely nuke my saves and make them unusable. But fortunately, I think they fixed that since then. If you're seeing this video, they definitely have. As you can see, when we zoom in, we can't see how many unit numbers there actually are. We can't see their distribution, anything like that. So I'm just going to have to restart here once I deploy my spy. Anyway, good, perfect, we're back. And now we can see everything. At first, it seemed like it was going to be a total cakewalk, but now we can actually see how many forces are against us. And we can see we're having some supply issues, which is okay. We will get those sorted as time goes on. Well, here comes our first offensive. Not looking the best right now, to be honest. Although I think I might be able to turn it around here if I can get some good encirclements. I can push them back here in this tile. Maybe I can push them back further and get a couple good encirclements. Still, I don't expect to have too much resistance in the long run. Nice, got to overrun. That's good. That's really good, actually. Looks like we might be able to sneak in here. Slowly pushing them back along the front line. Let's look at some casualties, actually. Japanese are not doing so well. Chinese are doing really poorly. Well, I mean, they always do poorly at the start, but they do make it up for it if they manage to survive long enough. Oh no, a Japanese landing force. Oh, who would have expected that? The Japanese never ever try naval invasions. Really though, I do thank you, Japan, for the free divisions, which we will soon encircle. But along the front here, I mean, so far, things are kind of getting bogged down. I'm thinking about stopping it, honestly. Yeah, let's stop that. And then we'll give our boys some time to regroup. What am I missing here? Naval bombers. I should be building more naval bombers anyway. They are critical to my strategy of defeating Japan in the long term. Need some rubber for that as well. That's one thing about the Soviet Union. Don't really have any rubber. Looks like we could get another encirclement here as well. Anyway, I need to make sure my Air Force is ready because I'm going to be relying on them to take on Japan. And it looks like we can get one of these guys finished off. There we go. 3 divisions. Thank you very much. We'll encircle these guys here. They're not going to last much longer. Another encirclement. Just making small little encirclements. Slowly eating away at their front line. Not in a rush on this particular front. That is because the real challenge of this particular part of the campaign is going to be invading the Japanese mainland. I don't have a huge navy. Like I said, I'm going to really be relying on the Air Force. But honestly, on the land front, we're doing really well. So I'm going to push here. And it's looking pretty green across the board. So now is going to be the perfect time to start our naval invasion. Well, at least planning for a naval invasion. I think I'm going to land them right here. No better place, I think. Oh, sorry about that. It's having some mouse wheel issues again. Lessons of War finished perfect. I think that brings us out of the Purge. Yes, no more Purge debuffs. So our army is now at full fighting capabilities. This is excellent news for the people of the Soviet Union, and soon to be the people of the world. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's research some new tanks. What am I going to get here? Some heavy tanks, why not? Good to have it researched at least. We've been really kicking the crap out of Manchukuo, so I'm hoping that they'll collapse soon. Yes, yes. Once we get this city, I'm hoping that they'll capitulate. Or another city, maybe that one. This poor guy, completely surrounded. Oh, and in Korea we're making breakthroughs as well. Perfect, there they go. And soon we're going to be kicking them out of Korea as well. Not to mention getting all these juicy encirclements. Alright, let's rearrange these front lines. Draw them out here. I don't think I really need to arrange them so much there. And we're going to take them out of Port Arthur as well. That is Port Arthur, right? Or what? I wonder if we can rename it. I don't think we can rename it. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Things in Korea, I think that they're done. I think the Japanese are done here. Completely crushed, completely obliterated. I don't even need green air in Korea. I just need green air in the Sea of Japan. As you can see, I'm trying to do my best to bomb the shit out of their navy, but I don't think I'm doing the best job. I'm really concerned if we're going to actually be able to do this naval invasion. It is going to kind of rely on luck, because as you can see, we only have 25% naval supremacy in the area. So one of the things I'm wondering right now is if China is going to peace out Japan once we take Korea, or if China will continue to fight, and whether or not that's a benefit or not to me. Still not sinking very many ships. It's very unfortunate. But I'm just going to click these guys. Sooner or later, we probably will get enough naval... Ooh, successful purge. Thanks for interrupting me. But as I was saying, I think sooner or later we will get enough naval supremacy that we'll just be able to launch the naval invasion. And it'll probably happen when I'm not paying attention. Either way, we'll be able to get it. At least I'm hoping we'll be able to get it. Just focusing all my navy here, bringing everything I can to try and gain naval supremacy. Anyway, oh, look at this. Another attack. Doomed to failure. The Japanese are clinging to their last bitter toehold in Korea, but they won't last long. Just upgrading my armored varieties. I like to have a nice mix. And just as I prophesized, my men attacked when I was not paying attention, and I almost completely missed it. Thankfully, though, I noticed they were launching at the last second, and now I can micromanage them. And it looks like that... I'm shocked, honestly, that there's so little defense here, but we really did annihilate them on the mainland. Well, I guess this is the mainland. We annihilated them in China, is what I mean to say. But can we make it? Can we either crush them here or make it to Osaka? This is the most tense part of the entire campaign right here, guys. If I can beat Japan, I don't think that I'll have any trouble with any other country. And having their navy will basically make us unstoppable. And there we go. Nice. Took Osaka. Beautiful. That's it. GG. Game over. The Soviet Union will rule the world, and we cannot be stopped. Brought over the rest of the troops, and the Japanese army is nowhere to be seen. They're just letting us walk right in. Still, surprisingly, haven't taken the port I was aiming at, but that's okay. We don't need it. Unfortunately, it seems when it comes to the island nations that once you land on their mainland, there's nothing they can do. Just the last holdouts here. Kyushu. Sorry, yeah, that is Kyushu. My bad. Kyushu is holding out, and the northern part of Honshu is left. Tokyo falls. Is that it? Are they going to capitulate? Onwards, comrades. The fall of Tokyo. Soviet forces have converged on Tokyo, and heavy fighting has been reported throughout the city. Most of the city is under Soviet control now, with the exception of the eastern suburbs. Let's look at some casualties. 1 million casualties versus our paltry 280,000. And at the end here, there they go. Japan officially defeated. And like I said, that's pretty much the game. So what I'm going to do is puppet them. And you know what? Let's satellite Korea. Why not? And you know what else I'm going to do? You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to satellite Manchukuo. Why not? And then we'll puppet Japan. Okay. So... what am I going to do? Let's end the turn there. I don't think I need any of these other states. I don't think I need to make any other moves here. No, let's end the turn. Alright, so I'm going to give these last two provinces to Manchukuo because, yeah, I really don't want to make another puppet. And that's it. There you go. The end of the Japanese war against the Soviet Union. We have the war gave us 3 puppets, as you can see here. The most important being the Japanese, which we are going to make vital use of their navy. So from here on out... Oh, I forgot to take Port Arthur. Well, I guess we'll never know if it can be renamed. Look at that thick Comintern. Looking beautiful. It brings a tear to my eye. It really does. Now, to the next part. Let's see if we can justify a war goal. I mean, if Britain and France guarantee them, that's okay. I'll just cancel the war goal. It's not a big deal. So let's see if they're going to get a guarantee. I'll just see after I choose a new technology. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Artillery. Anyway, did they get a claim? Sorry, a guarantee? Yes, they did get a guarantee. So we'll cancel that justification. Bulgaria will live to see another day. Let's build up that industry instead. Cruising along with our doctrines. I can even afford to spend the military XP. Production-wise, let's just upgrade our artillery. Nothing exciting really going on here, to be honest. So let's go into something a little bit more exciting once I choose a tech there and make some infantry templates. So let's see if I can add in some engineers. Nope, don't have enough support equipment. Do I have enough anti-air to give them? Yes, I do. Perfect. We can send out those anti-air. Next, I can't make a division out of that yet. So let me duplicate this one. And then I'll show you what I'm thinking about here. So instead of sort of the 7-2, I'm going to give them self-propelled artillery, which will give them a little bit of armor as well. And some people don't like that. They think it's a little bit cheap. I don't care. And then I accidentally took a screenshot for some reason. I guess trying to name them the SP Arty Boys. Let's give them a cool little symbol. They can have whatever that is. And we'll duplicate that again. And I'll also make some anti-air boys. Sorry, some SP anti-air boys. Just to be specific. And of course, I'm going to try and make sure these are all 20 width. Yes, that's right. So the anti-air has a little bit smaller of a combat width. So you can shove more in there. Anyway, we'll give these guys a nice name. AA boys. And we are set. I don't have much artillery to spare, but I do need to give it to my troops. Do I have enough? Will I have enough? No, not even close. Man, maybe I was wrong. Will I even have enough for that? Ugh, jeez. Well, we need to get artillery out anyway, so what the heck. I'll pump them out. Honestly, I've been neglecting it a little bit anyway, so let's remedy that now. Push that up to the top, and hopefully we'll be able to fill out those artillery pieces. You know what? Just give them some more. Just to be safe. Of course, we are going to sign the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, especially considering I couldn't take them at the start of the game. Next up on the list is... Oh, what's going on here? It looks like... Oh, here we go. World War II is starting up now. Well, let's see if I can gobble up any more territories before we fight Germany. I wonder if Hungary will get guaranteed. I doubt it. Germany honors the pact, thankfully. That gives us Eastern Poland. And now we're going to add Hungary to the collection of very willing and very participating Comintern states. Yeah, it's really not going well for Hungary. Look at that. Complete obliteration. Jeez, overrun. No purge worries anymore, boys. As we sail on through Hungary. Just complete destruction. And now, I am just going to annex them, because I don't need any more puppets. What the heck am I going to do with another puppet? Yeah, let's take all states, wrap it up. Thank you very much, Hungary. It was a pleasure knowing you. Next state on the list to take before we fight Germany will be Iran. Also don't think they're going to be guaranteed. So let's just get our guys ready. Perfect. Our next justification has finished. So we're going to roll on into Iran. Also really beefing up our military for the fight against Germany. Once again, I don't expect there to be much resistance. Bring in all the boys, and yeah. Cutting through them like a hot knife through butter. Let's see if I can get that extra piece of artillery out there now. Hey, you know what? Just screw it. Who cares? And, no. I can't do that yet. The Soviet steamroller moves on. We've completely surrounded Tehran. There they go. Tehran falls. And there's going to be another state added into the Moustache crew. At this point, the fate of Iran is effectively sealed. Maybe I'll be able to take Iraq even before we fight the Germans. We'll see. We'll see. Let's focus on Iran for now. And, well, I guess there's not that much left to focus on, to be honest. I don't see their army anywhere. So, look at that. Yeah, almost done. There they go. Iran is now capitulated. And I think you all know what's going to happen to them. No more room for minor puppets aboard the Stalin steamroller, so complete annexation it is. Alright everyone, ladies and gentlemen, the time, it has officially come. Well, oh yeah, gotta cancel the non-aggression pact first, and then start our justification. Nothing left to do but sit and let the good times roll. Okay, things are looking very good for us. And our justification just wrapped up. Maybe I'll put another spy in there. What should I do here with this guy? Yeah, I guess I'll just have him continue to build that network. And it's time. It's time. It's time for the showdown. It's not going to be the final showdown. Maybe the biggest showdown with the German Reich. And I'd say we're in a pretty strong position here. Although our first attack... not looking that great, honestly. And, well, you can see that I didn't take Germany as a serious threat, considering I didn't pre-deploy my air force. But we were sniffing the fumes of victory, so what can you say? Alright, so the attack is bogged down, and the Germans are beginning their counterattack, which has been more successful than I would have hoped at this point. Taking stock of where we are, we're doing okay in the north. In the center, though, is where we're losing the most amount of ground. And in the south, we're doing well as well. Casualty-wise, the Germans have ground against us more significantly than we against them. But it's closer than I'd like, as you saw. Usually I like to have good, clean victories, but it's not going to happen this time. Not gonna lie, I underestimated the Germans. I thought it would be much more of a cakewalk for us. In the south, still holding on. Maybe could even... Oh, look at this, actually. Before I yammer on, the Italians are breaking through. Greece, not doing so well. We'll send some backup. The Germans continue to grind forward at a heavy price. As you can see, we are still very much in favor in the casualty ratios, although they are gaining ground bit by bit. Looks like we can get another encirclement here, if we're lucky enough. Nice. 6 divisions. I always like these little micro encirclements. And there they go, another 6 divisions. Looks like the Brits have come in and helped us out here. Gonna push the Italians out of Greece. Gonna go for another assault here. Looks like we're doing really good in the south, actually. Making some serious headway here. But in the center, not as much. Grinding away, grinding away. In the north, we're getting crushed. But in the south, we're doing really, really well. Okay, yeah, we're gonna end this assault with some modest gains. But still not as much as I would like. haven't made much progress, but the Germans are also kind of stalemating out. It's what I would expect. I was hoping that this was going to be a quick and easy victory, but looking at these lines here, I'm not seeing a huge amount of weak points. Yeah. Damn. I mean, these plains look like the perfect area to push here, and I'm also starting to lose equipment, as you can see. I guess I need some more troops here, don't I? Japan finally in the game with the Japanese invasion of Italy. And looking at Africa here, Italy not doing so hot. I've noticed that they usually do a lot better ever since the Battle of the Bosporus update, but this time they're getting their asses kicked. In Asia, really nothing going on. I don't even know why I'm looking at Asia right now. Back to the German front, still holding strong. Now the Germans are counterattacking in the south, and we're having no issues holding them back whatsoever. But still stalemating here. Still got a long way to go before we can beat Germany. Let's look at their manpower. They're on service by requirement with about 600,000 troops left. We're doing pretty good, I guess, bleeding them out. But still, like I said, got a long way to go. Equipment-wise, we're short on artillery and anti-air. I guess I should be assigning some of these guys. I guess we'll take the air advisor. Tech-wise, just kind of marching along at this point. We're entering sort of the mid to late game where you're just focusing on improving what you already have. Or trying to find ways to break through what's giving you problems. Like we might do here. Let's give it another go. I don't think we're going to get much headway here, but we'll see. Maybe after the counterattack. Still grinding away. In the north, we're doing poorly. In the south, a little bit better. But we're still barred by a lot of mountains and rough terrain. Well, non-aggression pact with the Japanese. I'd hope they'd have a non-aggression pact, considering that there are puppets. When it comes to our national focuses, right now I'm just wrapping it up. Done all the important ones. And looky here, we're going to finish our land doctrine after this tech. Very, very nice. Looking at this attack here, looks like we're making a small breakthrough in Austria, but not what I'd like to see at all. Starting to get bogged down. We're still doing okay in the south. It would be a nice little feather in our cap there if we could take Vienna. But I'm not particularly hopeful about our chances. Yeah, it really doesn't look like it's going to happen right now. They rushed in a ton of reinforcements. Yeah, this is not looking good. We're getting red bubbles everywhere, and even looks like the Germans are pushing in the center and the north. We're losing troops, we're losing equipment. It's time to call this off. Too much grinding going on. I've got my troops grinding away on a front line with a template setup that's not meant for grinding away, unfortunately. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to redo my strategy here. I got troops moving every which way right now. That's okay. I don't think the Germans now are going to be able to make too much progress once we've stopped that counterattack. Sorry, I'm just trying to take stock here. What's going to be the best place for us to advance? I've got a bunch of tanks being built up. I think it's about time that I start using those bad boys. The aviation cult, I guess. There always gets to a point in Hearts of Iron where you're like, I finished all my national focuses. I'm just going to start clicking shit at random. And that's kind of where I am now. Germans pushing in the south still. I wonder what it looks like casualty-wise. Right now, the Germans are taking way more casualties than we are. Just remember, they are fighting on both fronts, though. Alright, I've been working on some armored troops in the background. It's time to finally deploy them. I'm wondering if our attack might actually help them out here. I'm also trying to see if we can do any kind of breakthroughs. Looks like the momentum is shifting and we're actually making gains in the north and center now instead of the south. In fact, it looks like we might actually get a really beefy encirclement here. This circlement's actually kind of looking a little bit phallic. But that's okay. They can die in the dong. So while we haven't closed this encirclement yet, I have managed to form it into more of a phallic shape, which is great. That's the real victory, honestly. No, I'm really hoping I can crush these guys in this tile. Looks like we did it. Come on, boys, get there, get there, get there. Goddamn reinforcements. We're getting pushed back in the south, too. Well, looks like we got the balls, at least. And maybe the tip? Maybe? Goddamn reinforcements. Maybe I can push them in Brest-Litovsk. Well, at least stop them from reinforcing. Look at these guys in the balls here. Oh, they're fucked. Come on, boys, I believe. I believe. You can get it. You can get it. You can get it. Sorry, just want to look at the south here real quick. Not making any headway. But back here, we managed to get it. We encircled the tip. And it looks like we're going to win the Battle of the Dong. And it's going to be a massive, whopping victory for the Soviet Union. I want to see how many guys are in there, but I can't. All these fucking pop-ups are right in my way. As usual, Italy not doing so hot. We are crushing them. 4.2 million casualties we inflicted against the Germans. Got my tanks deployed. Not doing as well as I would have hoped. I'm hoping we can get a nice northern encirclement. I actually find that encircling the Germans on the northern area near the Baltic Sea is really effective. It's one of my favorite sort of kill zones I try and push the Germans into whenever I'm playing the Soviet Union. And actually it looks like we may get some headway here. I thought they were going to stop us for sure, but it honestly looks like they're retreating. And we are just walking right around them. My dream of a northern encirclement may come into reality. They're trying desperately, it looks like, to fill out that front line. But we're doing what we can to prevent their troops from getting there. Are we going to get an encirclement here? No, let's just go to this next tile. Look at that. Look at that. Looks like Königsberg is completely undefended. And there's my northern encirclement. There's my northern encirclement. Unfortunately, I did not get as many Germans as I would have liked. But the Battle of the Dong, though, that was the real victory. Large-scale breakthroughs in Germany. We're looking really good. Wait, did that just say what I think it said? Iceland joins the Axis? Wow, I actually don't think I've ever seen that before. But that guy does look pretty ghoulish. He definitely looks like an Axis type of character. Breakthroughs everywhere in Germany. And it looks like we're rushing towards Berlin. Are they even going to defend Berlin? The answer is no. Soviet Union captures Berlin completely undefended. There we go. There's the event I'm looking for. I was wondering why it took so long. I think the real question here is, how long are the Germans going to last after this? At this point, moving the capital to Hamburg, really not going to help you, Germany. We're going to take that and liberate Denmark at the same time. Taking stock, the Allies have defeated Italy and are launching a D-Day, and Germany is slowly dying. We got Bulgaria as an Axis member, but has not declared war on us, so I guess we'll just declare war on them. We got the United Mexican States joining the Brits, and I'm hoping that this final assault will crush the Germans. And it's looking pretty good right now. We're successfully grinding away at the Germans. Let's look at our casualties. Right now we've taken 2.5 million casualties against the Germans, inflicting 5 million on Germany itself. About 2-to-1 ratio there. And the Germans are about halfway to capitulating. I honestly thought they'd be more. Bulgaria has remained a stain for too long. It's time to finally take him out. Oops, whoops. And oh, I didn't even show you guys this. I made a thick boy Kurdistan, giving them some of their cores back that I took from Iran. At this point, we're making encirclements left, right, and center. Germany still holding on, but not capitulated yet. Look at this encirclement. It looks like Pac-Man, you know, when he's eating one of those dots or whatever. I haven't even been involved in the fighting in Bulgaria, and they are doing very well. But while I was yammering, it looks like Germany just capitulated. And that's the end of that. Though, honestly, I'm still not sure why we don't have a peace conference. Is Bulgaria considered a major or something? The Yalta conference, a little late for that. But whatever, I'll just, for the sake of lasting cooperation. But I'm gonna draw my own peace accords anyway. Oh, it's Vichy France, that's the major, okay. And there we go. The end of the Axis and the beginning of the Soviet world order.